Hello everyone, nice to meet you again. I'm Big Bird of LifeTree TV. Today's story is the fourth topic regarding the higher self series, following the third one, being oneness with higher self. The dream of the higher self. The higher self exists as the energy being and has its own consciousness. The higher self has both the consciousness of individuality and the wholeness consciousness. The higher self only exists for the avatar experiencing the material world. The higher self is the energy being embedded with the special programs which are customized to guide and inspire its avatar and to communicate with each other. The higher self knows the destination for the avatar to reach and can access information about what the avatar should do every day. The higher self, which is the differentiated energy being of the original spirit, exactly knows the range in which it can help the avatar and the extent to which it can't. As your consciousness is awakened, you get integrated with your higher selves. Being oneness with the higher self means man who has become divine. It also means to restore your 본성, meaning innate nature, true nature, essentiality, that is through yourself. The energy of the higher self is absorbed and integrated into the higher level higher self after being oneness with the higher self is achieved. For example, if you achieve the integration with the higher self in the fifth dimension, the fifth dimensional higher self is integrated with the higher self in the seventh dimension. The higher the dimension of the higher self is, the more sophisticated and detailed guidance the avatar can receive from the higher self. The higher the level of the higher self is, the higher the level of the dimensional doors you could open, and the higher the level of cosmic information and spiritual ability you could obtain. Through being oneness with the higher self in the higher dimension, the vibrational frequency of the body increases, and the heavenly people are enlightened. In this way, the light workers are made on the ground. In the same way, saints are also formed on the ground. The higher self exists only for its avatar who is experiencing the material world. When the avatar dies, the energies of the higher selves all return to the original spirit. The higher self has neither desire nor dream like a human being. It exists as an emotionless energy being. The higher self is the energy being with the downgraded energy of the original spirit, and the consciousness embedded with the special program to guide its avatar in the material world. The consciousness of the higher self is a special energy being which has information only about its avatar and which has been differentiated from the energy of the original spirit. The individual consciousness of the higher self comes from the consciousness of the original spirit. The consciousness of the higher self is composed of two parts. First, the consciousness of individuality. This comes from the original spirit. Second, the wholeness consciousness. This comes from the network of dimensions to which the higher self is connected. let's say that the individual consciousness of the higher self is a unique program operated on the personal computer. Meanwhile, the wholest consciousness of the higher self is the supercomputer in the universe, such as the Monano system and the Pandoronic system that manage and operate the dimension to which personal computers are connected. The higher self system was introduced to the earth for the first time to manage avatars experiencing the material world and to remove unexpected variables that might occur in the avatar's life. The higher self system was introduced to ensure that the reincarnation and karma programs designed by the heaven are well executed. The higher self system was introduced to prevent humans who are intelligent living creatures from making karmas due to the abuse of free will given to them. The higher self system was first applied to Homo sapiens so that the will of the heaven can be fully unfolded on the ground. The dream of the higher self is to complete its mission so that its avatar, who is obtaining material experiences, can unfold his life as programmed. The dream of the higher self is the evolution of the spirit soul through the material experience in this life, which is also what the original spirit wants to achieve through its avatar. The dream of the higher self is the growth of your spirit soul. The dream of the higher self is the evolution of your spirit soul. The dream of the higher self is the dream of the original spirit. The dream of the higher self is the dream of the universe. The dream of the higher self is the holiest consciousness of the universe. The dream of the higher self is the consciousness of the Creator. The dream of the higher self is the dream of the Creator. Udeka wrote as of March 1st, 2019, translated by Big Bird. This concludes today's story. See you next Tuesday. Goodbye.